Holy crap. My thoughts on DK Metcalf are pretty much the opposite of what I think about Drew Lock. He is a stud in my opinion, but he has lots of downside. Also, he had a neck injury that sidelined him for 5 games at the end of the year this year. But he is extremely explosive and will beat you off the ball and has no real weak spots. He just has rooms for concern. Like, his catching is decent. Sometimes he messes up. Sometimes he has doesn't have enough drive. But most of the things that he has rooms for concern, you can fix. But it's all up to him if he wants to fix them. He had 569 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 26 catches through seven games this year as he was sidelined due to the neck injury, which is about 81 yards, 1 touchdown, and 4 catches a game. With his size, I'd like to see him get more catches a game. I feel like he could be a big volume wide receiver, but he just wasn't at Ole Miss. He has great ability to vary in speed and create separation. You see a lot of this against Alabama, even though this is some of his worst tape of the year. He's big, athletic, and has insane leaping ability, but does have a spotty 50-50 ball, which I'll talk about later. He's great footwork and a big home run threat, insane combo of speed and size. Does have a red flag in his neck injury, I already said that. 6'3", 225, which is huge for wide receivers. That's like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside size, but he's so much faster than J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. He's 20 years old. We've already seen a lot of him play against really good teams like Alabama. He shows a lot of good stuff against Alabama, but he also shows a lot of his weaknesses. And my player comparison for him is Josh Gordon with his size and athleticism. Not the best route running, but still decent. They're both big, speedy, and physical. Hopefully he will not have as much off-the-field issues as Josh Gordon. Hopefully nobody gets that many off-the-field issues. But Josh Gordon has fixed that at the Patriots. But back to DK Metcalf. He's big, he's physical, he's agile, he's great at creating space. He's extremely explosive, he has a great release, and he has pretty good acceleration and speed with a 4.46 40, which is really good for his size. It's like insane for his size. But he does have a considerable amount of downside for how good he is and how much upside he has. He didn't run too many complex routes at Ole Miss. It's a lot of flies, a lot of curls. That's a fly right there. You saw he just does a lot of flies and curls. He doesn't do that many complex routes. And that could be a concern, but we haven't seen him do that many complex routes, so we don't really know. He has to do more on 50-50. He has to do better on 50-50 balls. With his size, his jumping ability, which I think he can jump like 40 inches. He probably somewhere around the 40-inch vert. I don't know for sure about that. But for how high he can jump, how fast he is, and how big he is, I think he should be getting around 80 to 90% of his 50-50 balls, and he's just not doing that. But with his size and speed, I feel like he can. Sometimes he's unprepared for the ball and he's not waiting for the ball. The ball just comes to him and he doesn't know and it hits him in the helmet or something. And he's not great at moving to space, but he can create space, so that's not as big. But a really big concern that's with him that scouts might not want to take him for is the neck injury. But I feel like the upside outweighs the downside. As you saw what happened with Josh Gordon, that amount of talent doesn't go unnoticed, no matter how much drugs you do, how much weed you smoke, how many injuries you have, you still will prevail, as Josh Gordon showed this year after not playing for so long. That's where I'm going to wrap up the video. See you guys next time, and peace.
She said it's 1:30 a.m. Tell me what you called for. I just need somebody real to tell me what it's all for. You know what you stand for, you know what you fall for. Said you don't believe in me, well that's your son called for. These things take time, you just gotta trust me. You got reason to doubt everybody here.